see Palestine, you know, because how could you? They cut off 40 dead baby.
We're joined today with American actor Jacob Berger. You may know him from his many amazing films, but also he's here to talk about Palestine and how he's pro-Palestine. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Let's start at the beginning. We've been talking a bit about how once you started speaking out against Israel, how this affected you in your community. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the day after October 7th, I made a post basically saying, hey guys, let's remember that this didn't happen because they don't like Jews. This is because they've been oppressed and everything for the last 76 years. And I was immediately attacked by people from elementary school were hitting me up that I hadn't spoken to in years, like, oh, you're a sellout, you support terrorists. And then I started rallying with Muslim organizations, an organization called Woe Palestine, which is run by Palestinian Americans, and just got really on the forefront and started using my platform to speak out on what was happening, speaking out on the genocide and the Holocaust that's being perpetrated by Israel and supported and funded by America.
But you were in Hollywood. Was that not scary?
I mean, I did think about it. I mean, ironically enough, I worked more in legit TV film this year than previous years because we had COVID, so things slowed down a little bit. But it didn't really affect me in any particular way. I mean, I still booked a lot of work. Ironically, now that I live in Egypt, I come to find out Egypt is actually like the Hollywood of the Middle East. So I'm actually in talks with a production company about doing a cameo on a soap opera. And who knows, maybe I'll become a big Egyptian movie star, you know, down the road. But I have no regrets. I'm able to sleep at night. And now more and more people are speaking up. It was definitely scary in the beginning because I was vocal like week one when the media narrative was still like, oh, Israel's the victim.
14-headed babies.
Yeah, but I remember coming home, my mom was like, how could you? They cut off 40 dead babies. I'm like, where would you even find 40 babies and gather them up and do that? Like, I just knew it was BS from the get-go. And it's atrocity propaganda. They used that and the claim of widespread mass rapes to basically justify what Israel would do next to Gaza.
And the fact that those two claims in particular still have no weight to this day, and they're still going on and talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean, I go on panels all the time, and I wouldn't say I don't really debate Zionists because like, why would you? They live in an alternate reality, but like many of them, 99% still refuse to admit that the 40 baby story was totally made up. And I'm like, how can I have any type of rational conversation with someone who can't even admit to the reality of the situation?
You told me right now that you were excited to go back home, but at the same time, you feel a bit ostracized by your entire community.
Well, I mean, just America in general, I made the firm decision after my trip to Egypt where I got to meet people from Gaza and help the displaced ones on the ground. And, you know, anyone who has humanity, we had all seen the videos and I knew what was happening, but when I got to meet children who actually watched Israel kill their parents in front of their very eyes, or someone who's missing a leg because and half of their family was killed because Israel bombed their home. There was no way I could go back to my normal American capitalistic lifestyle. So that was like when I came back for a few weeks, I made the firm decision that I was gonna move out to Egypt full time to help people on the ground and use my platform to help the people of Palestine, the people of Lebanon.
And your sketches on social media, you often talk about how Zionists self-victimize. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, I mean, especially when I first started doing content about the genocide, it took more of a serious tone where it was about like the protests I was going to, things of that nature. And but once the encampment started on college campuses and I started seeing all of these fellow Jews talking about, I feel so unsafe, like how am I supposed to walk around, I'm a victim. I'm like, this is being so preposterous. So obviously like satire and comedy is a really good way to get messages across. And so I made that first video of teaching Jewish people how to walk, and I did it in New York City, and I went to a place called Paterson, New Jersey, which is known as Little Palestine, and just showed them that like, it's in their head, the self-victimization. There's a lot of generational trauma that I think Jews hold on to from the Holocaust. And I just had to poke fun at that, and people really responded to it in a way that was really great and allowed me to continue spreading my message to the world.
You talk about how some Jewish people hold on to that generational trauma and they go against Palestinians and sort of like take it out on them.
Yeah.
How does your experience as a Jewish person who had ancestors going through the Holocaust, how does that relate to you and to Palestine and to your support for Palestine?
I think there's a lot of generational trauma that has never been really addressed from the European Holocaust. The way that Zionists use the Holocaust to justify how they treat Palestinians and Arab people in general is quite disgusting. Many Zionists, and especially like baby boomer generation Jews in America, they in their soul truly believe that Muslims want to kill all Jews. They genuinely believe that, and they in their heart, like even if everything shows that's not the case, they genuinely believe that. And it boils down to their fear, Islamophobia and racism. Starts early on in going to Hebrew school growing up, we're told we're the chosen people. That term in and of itself is very problematic, that to say that we're the chosen ones by God, so anything we do is therefore justified. I mean, it's just insane to me the way that people use that sort of thing to justify what we do, like it's for Jewish safety, when I would argue Jews in America are much safer than Jews in occupied Palestine because they're colonizers. They're not supposed to be there. The UN says it's okay to fight back against your colonizers. So, you know, and Israel does a really good job of trying to indoctrinate American Jews. Like, I'm not sure if you know this, but there's a program called Birthright Israel that allows American Jews from the age of 18 to 25 to have a free trip to Palestine. And, you know, I did it when I was 19, when I was in college, and it's very much a brainwash. They try and create this bond between you as an American Jew and Israel, even though I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. My family came from Russia. I am about as Semitic as a Chinese person. I am not from the Levant. But you speak to Ashkenazi white Jews like me, and they will say, without even blinking, like, yeah, my ancestors came from Judea, which is just not true.
But that trip didn't work for you, did it?
Well, I did come back slightly more Jewish. I was like, I remember having, I met my mom and my dad, and we had barbecue, and I was like, because what they do is they take you to the whaling, they take you to Al-Quds, and they take you to Mossad, they take you to the Holocaust Museum. At the end of the Holocaust, they're like, who wants to be bar mitzvahed? And I was like, I want to be bar mitzvahed. When I got back, I was like, Mom, we're going to Shabbat services. I'm keeping kosher. I'm only dating Jewish women. Like, it wore off in a week. I was back to like dating Puerto Rican women and eating pork and stuff like that. So it didn't last. I don't think I saw the level, how insidious it was back then.
We see a lot of videos right now going on in the United States, for example, of Jewish people, pro-Israel people and pro-Palestine people just having a conversation and have it just go somewhere. Do you think that's the way to go?
No.
No?
No. These are literally modern day Nazis. The apartheid needs to end. There's no two-state solution. All the Israelis need to leave and go back to Poland, Russia. America loves being on its knees for Israel. Like, have them come to New York or Florida or California. They'll love it there. I think about it like this. Would we be having a debate, if this was World War II, would Jews be having a debate with Joseph Goebbels or Hitler, like about, oh, well, we can make a middle ground? No. Israel has been committing nothing but atrocity after atrocity. They have no morals whatsoever. And there's no point in debating them. It's not a debate. I tell people, if America stopped funding Israel, this would end tomorrow, as far as the active offensive of bombing Gaza every single day to oblivion. And it's a shame that even in his lame duck presidency, Joe Biden wouldn't do that. He pardoned his crackhead son before leaving office, but can't stop.
And he bought a book.
Yes,
about Palestine.
Oh, yeah, 4 years too late. I mean, that was such a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I don't think there's debate to be had. It's bad faith arguments. I'm not debating Nazis.
How has your time here in Jordan, how has it been?
My time in Jordan has been incredible. Everyone was like, Jacob, you have to go to Jordan. You're gonna love it. It's basically like Palestine. I mean, as soon as the first day I got here, I came to Amman and I went to the Citadel and I overlooked everything, and they were like, Jay, that's like the closest you, like it feels like you're in Ramallah, West Bank. The Jordanian people are incredible because everyone always asks me, you know, oh, where are you from? And I'll be like, America. And they'll be like, oh, America, great. I'm like, no, Ana Bakra America. And they all crack up and they're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, well, I live here in the Middle East now to help out people from Palestine, from Gaza. They literally shake my hand, they hug me, the appreciation that they've shown me for my work has been very heartwarming. I spent some days in Wadi Rum and Petra. To see Petra finally in person after Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is like one of my favorite movies of all time. So to see the treasury there and walk around, and I went all the way up to the monastery at the top of the mountain, and you could see Palestine in the distance, and I was the only one up there. It was quiet, and actually a little kitty cat like followed me and was playing with me, and it was a very emotional moment for me because, you know, it might be the only time that I get to see Palestine, you know, because likely Israel would not let me into I am truly an enemy of that state. So just being able to see it, and so my time it has been good. And then today I was invited because I interviewed with a Palestinian news channel in Ramallah a few weeks ago, and my contact connected me with an organization here that helps with one of the refugee camps. So I did a whole tour. I'm still emotionally processing it, honestly. They have kids from Gaza that they actually flew in for life-saving surgeries that were injured in Gaza. They're having an event tomorrow. I wasn't able, because I'm leaving back to Cairo tomorrow, but
we'd love to have you for longer.
Well, I'll be back to Jordan. I'm for sure coming back, especially because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Egypt.
Yeah.
I wish I had made an announcement that I was coming here before, because I have so many Jordanians in my messages, like, Jacob, I want to give you a free tour of this. Come eat at my home. I'll give you mansef. The Jordanian people are incredible. I do plan on coming back in the springtime because it is cold. It was cold in the desert. It was cold. So
yes,
I definitely want to. There's a lot I still need to see. I want to go to the Dead Sea. You know, I want to go up to Jerash.
Yes.
A lot to explore here. So Jordan's an incredible place.
You should visit Salt next time.
Okay.
And العقبة.
All right. Well, you'll take me.
And
then
perfect.
we'll
100%.
Go. Yes, absolutely. I'll be back.
Love it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. We loved having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sister. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And free Palestine.